Young Journal.
Hello, ahoy, guten Tag. Welcome to the Young Journal channel. My name is Ann-Kathrin Bott and today we're going to report about the crisis in Algeria. Our correspondent Ruth Seibold is live in Algeria.
This morning at 3 o'clock, a huge bomb destroyed the house of the Algerian vice president, killing him and his family. Furthermore, this week, 2,700 civilians and 103 Algerian security forces and 34 GIA fighters lost their lives.
But how could this happen? How long have these tensions been building up?
Since December 1991, Algeria has been in a state
of civil war. The Islamic Party FIS was outlawed because of the fear that they would destroy the Algerian democracy. This led to a war, and FIS founded GIA to kill or expel all Jews and Christians.
How did the government react?
They want to make FIS legal again, but nevertheless the government fight against terrorism with all its force. And now back to the studio.
Young Journal.
Not only in Algeria happened some terrible things this weekend. In nearly whole Europe, like France and Great Britain, were terrorist attacks. 40 people killed and way more wounded. Europe is shocked, the population in fear. The question in these hours is, how will the politicians react? We hope Mr. Jospin and his colleagues will find a way that will not end in World War III. We asked the French president to express his position on the problem. Good morning, Mr. Chirac. Can you explain us what has happened in Algeria?
Je voudrais bien vous dire qu'est-ce que s'est passé il y a quelques minutes. Je viens de parler du président algérien, M. Boumedienne, qui m'a demandé de lui aider car maintenant l'Algérie est presque dans une stage de la guerre civile. Et bien sûr, l'Algérie a demandé l'Europe et surtout la France de leur aider. Il faut qu'on résoudre ce problème immédiatement. C'est les deux, dans l'intérêt national français et dans l'intérêt de l'Europe unie, bien sûr, car les Algériens sont juste à côté de nous. Vous savez bien que la France était attaquée par des terroristes. Cette personne fut assassinée à Marseille même ce week-end, dont 5 étaient des petits-enfants. Imaginez-vous que, et maintenant, un autre 21 fut assassiné, même à Paris, sous l'Arc de Triomphe. La même situation nous trouvons à Londres, Grande-Bretagne, où les assassins suicidaires ont assassiné pas mal, imaginez-vous, une vingtaine de Britanniques. Ça ne se passe pas sans être réalisé par l'Europe. Moi, comme président de l'Europe, pour cette période-ci, j'insiste à une intervention militaire en Algérie, et ça, il faut qu'on le fasse avec la coopération avec tous les membres de l'Europe unie. Pour l'instant, on parle d'une grande situation, et ça, c'est la sécurité européenne, c'est-à-dire notre sécurité en Europe. Je vous remercie bien, messieurs, dames.
Young Journal.
There are two main groups of countries that share an opinion. France, Germany, Great Britain, Italy, Spain and the Netherlands are for the use of military force in Algeria, whereas the Czech Republic, Ireland and Lithuania are against it.
We need change!
We want the crisis to be settled as fast as possible, because we are very close to the danger zone. That is why we are afraid of an immigration wave from Algeria and additional terrorist attacks. We will stabilize democracy in Algeria.
And generally, we are for a diplomatic solution, but we are not afraid of using our troops to establish peace and welfare in Algeria. Thanks for your attention.
So we want to make a military operation to fight the terrorism in Algeria.
Algeria. We would be willing to support military action.
Some military force to establish peace.
We want to take part in the mission because we feel in danger. The United Kingdom was already affected by the terrorism, and we want to send military force to solve the problem in Algeria.
And in our opinion, the civil war has to be stopped by military force.
We would join civil mission, but not military mission.
We, Ireland, want a peaceful mission.
Because the problems is so far from our country. We couldn't explain to our people why we should send our soldiers to Algeria, because we do not have any interest in Algeria. The mission is also very expensive.
Young Journal.
The General Secretary of the NATO also took part in the discussion.
Europe is concerned in its crisis because it's a European crisis, because the Europeans are threatened. Then Europe has to solve a problem.
This morning, the Algerian president flew to Brussels to talk about his point of view.
The murderers, the assassin of the Jihad must be killed. When they are killed, they won't cause any problems. Then the armed forces, your European armed forces, will pull out. Then your civilian aid people will come in to help my people to establish a sound economy. And of course, I am willing to pay half the costs of your operations. The other half you Europeans have to pay, because then you will be allowed to buy our oil and our gas.
In the negotiation room, everybody discussed a lot. No sign of compromise. The Algerian president looked for a coalition with Russia and threatened Europe with the rise of the oil price.
Allahu Akbar, in the name of Allah the Almighty. I was called because there seem to be quite some misunderstandings in Europe. Winter is approaching. You need gas, you need oil. We in Algeria, it's almost sunny all the time. I told you, and some people apparently have short memories. Apparently you seem to be thinking that I can only get help from you Europeans. I have got a good friend who is called Draputin. And Draputin recently assured me that he would come to my help. And then we could combine our gas and oil resources, and of course, as Russian help would cost something, the prices for you in Europe on oil and gas will go up. You have a choice. We have got the option of me and Draputin joining together, or you help me under the conditions I presented you with.
I can make an official statement.
Yes, but for that matter, I would love to have my friend Putin tell you, to tell my friend Putin what he thinks about the present situation.
Добрый вечер, дамы и господа.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Я хочу подтвердить нашу заинтересованность в регионе в Алжире.
I would like again confirm our interest in the Algerian region.
Выразить поддержку господину президенту.
Спасибо.
And I would like to underline my support to Algerian president.
Мы готовы ввести наши войска на территорию Алжира до 24 часов.
We are ready to send our military forces, Russian military forces, into Algeria within 24 hours.
Надеюсь, что в течение 24 часов вы дадите нам знать вашу точку зрения. Спасибо.
I deeply hope that within 24 hours you will be able to let us know about your final position.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Young Journal.
In this decision they immediately were all of one opinion. Russia shall not go to Algeria and raise the oil price. The limited time made them react faster and find a solution. They wanted to send military troops to Algeria, but Poland and the Netherlands were against, because they didn't want to have another Afghanistan. So these two countries made up their mind to not send any soldiers. Instead of 50,000, there were only 20,300 soldiers, and finally everyone agreed, although Great Britain was skeptical.
First, to send military forces, 20,300 soldiers, to establish peace. Second, to provide civil aid, hospital, food, medicine, trained policemen, etc. The cost of the operation will be shared between the member states of European Union and Algeria.